Hello everybody, the next resource I would like to suggest to you is Small Basic. Now, similar to Python, Small Basic is a text-based programming environment that you can download to your hard drive and run straight from there, so there's no need for an internet connection once you have the program. Now, Small Basic is created by Microsoft, which means that there's going to be a ton of resources and support available, which is always a good thing. Now, Microsoft say that Small Basic is social, simple, and gradual. So those three keywords there, which we'll discuss in a second. Now, we'll start off with simple. Now, they use something called Intellisense. Now, I'm not going to talk about that too much because I'm actually going to show it you in a demonstration in a minute or two. But basically, as you are typing your code, it's making suggestions for you in the same way that if you've got a mobile phone, once you start typing, it uses like predictive text. It's that type of stuff, so it cuts down on the amount of mistakes you might make. Now, also, what's very good about Small Basic is it's got really good error messages. So often when you're programming, you're always going to come across, you're always going to make mistakes, and sometimes you don't really know what's wrong with it or where the mistake actually is. Small Basic will give you quite a good detailed analysis of what the mistake actually is. So it's simple, it helps in that way a lot. Now, as mentioned before, it is from Microsoft and they say it is social. So by that they mean that they've set up a very large website to support Small Basic, and you can share your programs on there. And also, as well as that, if you're sharing yours, other people are sharing theirs as well. You can have a look at what everybody else has made as well. So it is quite a social program to use. So very good. Again, when you're learning something, it's good to see what some other people are doing as well. Now, it is also gradual. So by that they mean that you can kind of graduate from it. So once you know how to use Small Basic, then you can also you can develop those programs into what's called .NET programs. So .NET I would never say use if you're just starting out to program or learn how to program, but it's one of the industry standards. There's lots of websites, lots of companies use .NET framework, it's referred to as, and if you can use Small Basic, then you're on the way to getting there to be learning a very complex language as well. So a demonstration is upcoming, watch out for that round about now. Hi again, this is the Small Basic website. It's very important to show you this. Now, like I said, it's made by Microsoft. There we go, it says Microsoft right there. Now, what have we got on here that's very, very useful? Now, first of all, it says feature program. So again, you can have a look at other people's stuff, what other people have put up there. There's absolutely loads of things. There's announcements, there's forums, and so on and so on. Now, what I'm more interested in though for you guys is where it says curriculum. So if you click on curriculum, then it shows you, well, a curriculum. Now you can either use the curriculum online. It's quite handy to download it as well. So if I click on use the curriculum online, now what you'll find is just lots and lots of educational resources for how to use Small Basic. And if you know how to use Small Basic, you know a lot about programming. So say, for example, if I click on the very first one, Introduction. Now, the way it's laid out as well, there's quite a lot of text, but it's very straight to the point. Lots of screenshots showing you what's going on, helping you out, seeing what you can do. Tells you how to install as well. It's very, very easy to follow and understand, really. And as I said, there's lots of stuff going on. So if I click back, and then there we go, there's lots and lots of different lessons that you can do, which is obviously really, really, really good. So that is the curriculum. Now I'm actually going to show you Small Basic. There we go. That's a program that I have written, a very simple program. You don't particularly need to really know what any of that stuff does, but I'll explain it in a second. So I've got a little tiny turtle there, and he's drawing, or she is drawing, a square. So there we go, the turtle has drawn a square. Now, what I did mention before was two things, Intellisense and also the error reporting. So I'll show you Intellisense first. So maybe after that, I don't actually want the turtle to just stop there. I also might want the turtle to do something crazy like turn right maybe. So I'll type TURTLE. Oh, that's not turtle, that's not an R. RTLE. And then if I press dot, and then if you see, I've got in this box here lots of different things going on, so I can just scroll down, and there's that's all the different options that the turtle has. So if you see it's got an angle there, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, 13 because I included that one twice. So there are 13 different possible options for the turtle to actually do. That might not sound absolutely groundbreaking, but to know what commands are available is really, really beneficial to you. So you're never going to think, can it do this, can it do that? Because they're there. That's all there is to do. Now, again, I've selected one called move. It's probably the simpler one, but again, it gives you, not only does it suggest what it is, but it also says an explanation of what it is. So moves the turtle to a specified distance. If the penny's down, it will draw a line as it moves. So again, it's explaining things as you go along. Now if I want that, I don't even have to type the word move in. I can just press enter, and there we go. Now in brackets, I need an amount to move. So I might move, instead of 100 this time, I might move 200, and then I will close the brackets. Then if I press run, again it should do pretty much the exact same thing, but the ending will be slightly altered. You will see that now in a second, hopefully. So it turns left, then it goes off, and there we go. So I've actually gone off that square. Now I've made something else. So that's Intellisense. Now that works across the whole programming environment. So not only if you type in the word turtle, but when you type in a lot of other things, you get all the options there. It cuts down spelling errors, gives suggestions of what you could have. It's very, very, very useful. So I also mentioned that I really like the error messages on that. It sounds funny because obviously error messages are usually bad, but you will always get error messages with programming. So say for example, if I don't put turtle.move, if I actually put turtle.dance, that's an interesting image, and I press run with that one, it will say there we go, sorry, we found some errors, and it says 10A, I'll go back to them in a second. It says cannot find the operation dance in turtle. It's basically saying, look pal, turtles, they don't dance. So fair enough, okay, so I know that. So I would change that then to back to move. But what's good as well is it says 10-8. So basically it's saying line 10 and go across 8 characters. So it's specifying exactly the point where it's struggling with something, where it's got a problem with something that you have written down. Again, the amount of time that is spent when you're programming actually looking for errors, because often your program says no, just not working. It doesn't say why, it doesn't say where. This says where, this says why. Very, very, very impressive. So I would very much recommend Python is the one to go for. But if you struggle with Python, or if you want to start off on something a bit more easier, Small Basic is the language for you. I hope you have enjoyed or found this informative, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.